the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
What is and what should never be Bill Belichick in UNC? I mean, you've got to be kidding me. Is this really going to happen? The greatest coach of our lifetime going to a basketball school. Lovely place. Franklin Street. Hey, it's a party. Never have had a bad time on Tobacco Road. But are you telling me that's where Bill Belichick is going? Shocking development. Even though it's been out in the news for a long period of time, I always thought, honestly, it was fodder. I didn't think that Belichick needed to, up his profile by throwing out there, I'm considering this in order to get an NFL job. This has totally blindsided me. I never really thought Bill Belichick would go to coach college football, certainly not at a basketball school. And I get it. They're going to up the NIL. They're going to take things seriously. The best part about him going to UNC, finally they're going to play some defense. I mean, they keep producing first-round quarterbacks, right? But it's like, 11 on 5 defensively. They just can't stop anyone. So, again, I'm very surprised by this. I thought it was all part of the plan, and that when it was all said and done, coming up in 4 Mondays, Black Monday, many more coaches are going to be fired, including Doug Peterson right here in Jacksonville. I just felt that Belichick would be an NFL coach in waiting. All right, so let's get things started right here. It is a Wednesday edition. Quick note, tomorrow night, ladies and gents, we're at the Bricks. Thank you to Miller Lite. We'll be out there 6 to 8 tomorrow night. Special guests and a great time. How do $3 Miller Lite pints sound to get your holiday season really kicked off? And I got a couple of tickets for the Jets rolling in this weekend. They're a 3-point road favorite. Doug Peterson today said they're not a 3-10 defense. The record says they're 3-10. Doug Peterson says they're not a 3-10 defense. So, could Jacksonville win 2 in a row? That is actually out there. I'm going to have a couple of tickets, which you can register to win. Thank you to Miller Lite. That'll be tomorrow night. Hope to see you out there. The beach crowd especially, 6 to 8 at the Bricks coming up on Thursday. Okay. I love sports fans. I say it all the time. Sports fans can do no wrong. You can fire, you can hire, you can bench, you can replace, you can do whatever you want in game, all right? It happens all the time. 4th down, yeah, go for it. Why the hell did they go for it after they didn't get? I mean, I love fans. You're never wrong. And that's the way fandom should be. There's a lot of money put into coaches and to players to perform. So fans, it doesn't matter what the situation is. They're always going to come out smelling like a rose. Even after a bitter defeat, certainly we see it with victories all the time, right? I mean, the latest is the flag planting, and I guess a bill is already on its way to being made in the state of Ohio. Dr. Herbie got on that. Kirk Herbstreit, his feelings were hurt so significantly by the planting of the flag by Michigan on his home field that, he has forced that bill. So apparently that's going to happen in the immediate future. And yes, we know that. Sports is weird. It's the only thing in life where the winning side causes fights, right? You suck. Your team sucks. That's how you celebrate a win. All right, I've always been a guy that's going to go look for a cocktail, have a spirit, get with some friends, break a little bread. But it doesn't matter what the level is. That is the American way. if you win, you get in the face of the loser. You tell them that they're the absolute worst, and you end up starting 99% of the fights that we end up seeing. That's all part of fandom. What I don't get is this, and I support you. I do. I am always going to support Jaguar fans. Okay, I try to do this show every night based on what I think Jaguar fans want to hear. You've lost your mind on the Bill Belichick situation. And I'm just trying to understand why. This is the losingest franchise in sports over the last 10 years. And there's a feeling today in Duval that Jacksonville dodged a bullet by not bringing in Bill Belichick as your next head coach. I mean, think about that for just one moment. The losingest team sports entity in any league, football, baseball, hockey, or basketball, over the last 10 years. And you don't want the winningest coach over the last 25 years. He's 16 wins away from becoming the all-time winningest coach, replacing Don Shula in the history of the NFL. 6 Super Bowls, a couple of Super Bowls as well as a defensive coordinator with the New York Giants. And he's not good enough for Duval? It's unbelievable. And, this is basically social media, things that I see that cross my timeline. The text line here, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. I think I've even seen a couple members of the esteemed local media who have been, oh, no. I mean, what is wrong with you? Seriously. I mean, just think about it for 1 second. And your reasoning is as follows. Well, you brought Tom Coughlin back. He won a Super Bowl. It didn't work out. Well, it kind of did. They went to the AFC Championship game. If they had a head coach and an offensive coordinator with any set of stones at all, any berries at all, you would have won that game or at least tried to attempt to win it. Instead, you sat on that lead in the fourth quarter in January of 2018 in Foxborough. And we know what happened with Coughlin. He tried to get everyone else to tote the line. He cheated himself by things that he said against the collective bargaining agreement. All right, Urban Meyer. You think Bill Belichick's not going to know the name of his own players? You think Bill Belichick's not going to fly home because he's going to stay with a mid-20-year-old hottie somewhere? I mean, he's got like a 21-year-old waiting for him. He doesn't need to do that. He can just go and do what he's supposed to do and come back. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl, right? So, that's what some people are saying. Big names, a lot of success, hasn't worked here. You need something fresh. What you need is Ben Johnson. Okay. Fine. How do you know you're going to get him? How do you know you're going to get Ben Johnson, Mark Brunell, Tony Baselli? I mean, it's a pipe dream, and I get it. It's fun. It's fun to think about what it could be like as far as the future here. But how do you know you're going to get Ben Johnson? What if Ben Johnson looks at this organization and says, hell no, that thing is dysfunctional. I'm getting my first opportunity to be a head coach. I'm going to go with Joe Burrow to Cincinnati, or I'm going to go to Dallas and work. You just don't know that he's coming here, right? Secondly, you don't know if he can coach. I want to believe he can coach. You want to believe he can coach. Just go back to Brian Daboll a couple of years ago when he was the HUD offensive coordinator in Buffalo, and this is a can't-miss guy. He's learned under Belichick. He's learned under Saban. He's got all the tools. Okay, New York's now, they've lost 9 in a row. He's on the cusp of being fired. Look what can happen in such a short period of time. You would drive off the road right now if I said, boy, if Brian Daboll gets fired by the New York Giants, I hope Trent Baalke and the Jaguars organization really considers bringing him in for an interview. I think he would be fantastic as a Jaguars head coach. You'd laugh. You'd drive off the road. Okay? That's my point. We don't know about Ben Johnson. We don't know about these offensive and defensive coordinators who have never coached before. It's a totally different world. Bill Belichick is nothing but success. Think of the immediate change that would happen. Think of all of the ridiculous, absurd things that have happened with this organization this year. I'm actually going to mention Bill Belichick and put the word communication in the same sentence. Even though he's surly and he's curt and he kind of sneers at the media, it's consistent. It's not fake. He wouldn't sit there and say, yeah, Trevor's going to practice today, and then you find out 2 hours later that Trevor's not practicing. He wouldn't sit there and say, yeah, I need a couple of nights to sleep on it to figure out if we're going to make any changes within the coaching staff. Then a couple of hours later, you find out that the entire defensive side has been fired. It's one thing after another. Can you imagine Belichick being asked Press Taylor questions about calling play? I mean, it would have been so unique, but he would have brought respect to this franchise. A franchise that continues to be a laughing stock in the NFL. And you don't like it. That is just so amazing to me. You don't like it. How can you not I know he's 72. You really think this guy's going to show up, coach for 2 years, 3 years, win enough games to set the record, and then that's it? Do you really think that that is the ego of Bill Belichick? You don't think he's aware of the fact that Tom Brady won down the road in Tampa? And that the way he is wired, that he doesn't want to prove everyone out there wrong when they say he can no longer win a Super Bowl, he can no longer get to a Super Bowl? I'm dumbfounded by this. I love you, Jaguar fans. But and you're so sure about it. That's the shocking part of it. So anyway, really surprised, frankly disappointed. You know, good luck. I hope it is Ben Johnson. Again, how do you know you're going to get him? And if not, where are you going to go? You're going to go Aaron Glenn? You're going to go Mike Vrabel? You're going to go Cliff Kingsbury? You're going to go Joe Brady? Is Joe Brady going to be Brian Daboll all over again? We saw what Joe Brady did at LSU. We are witnessing what he's doing right now in Buffalo. 6 touchdown passes the other day by Josh Allen. You don't know if Joe Brady is going to be a great coach. You do know what you would get with Bill Belichick. You would get some consistency, some stability, some leadership. And Jaguar fans are like, nah, we're good. You know, we're 2-10. We're now 3-10. Nah, we're good. We don't want Belichick here. I mean, I've never been so incredibly blown away by just pure stupidity, if you believe that. I mean, shake yourself. I don't like calling out people. Well, actually, that's wrong. I do. But I don't like calling out fans. I don't like calling out listeners. Okay? No one's more interactive with the listeners than we are. I love what you have to say, and I support almost everything that you do say. Okay, there's disagreements here and there, but there's still respect. It's like your comments on Belichick here, it's like, damn, really? Those are my brothers in Duval saying they don't want Bill Belichick? You're lucky to have it would be a thrill to have Bill Belichick. You don't want him? For the first time in my life, I can't even talk. Okay? I'm like absolutely shocked by this. You don't want Bill Belichick. I mean, make some sense, people. Crying out loud. JJ, help me out, man. I can't even talk anymore.
Same fan base that was adamant that they needed Byron Leftwich as their head coach, by the way. Just a couple short years ago, these same people that have some misplaced arrogance about like where their team is, or I don't even know. Like I have no idea what it is with Bill Belichick that gets these Twitter Jags fans so pissed. But like first of all, you didn't even know who Ben Johnson was like 18 months ago. And then, like I just said, you guys wanted Byron Leftwich hired. He's not even in a job at all anymore. He sucked as an OC. Like, I don't respect the majority of their opinion, especially now that I see, like, the Belichick stuff. It's like, it's so conceited and arrogant and off-putting. I don't understand where it comes from. I guess he's just an old guy. Well, if you can't get Ben Johnson now, who are you going to get?
We'll find out.
Because I know if they don't like Belichick, they really won't like Vrabel either. It's like pretty much to me, it seems like the same type of coach.
It's I mean, this is the laughing stock in the NFL. Okay, I talked to NFL insiders and I told you about the text I got a week ago when I said this place is totally dysfunctional after they didn't make the firing after getting blown out by Detroit. You have to make a fire then, right? They did nothing. And he just responded with one word, and he said horrendous. And I've spoken with him. I mean, just think about what credibility would be brought to this franchise by hiring a 6-time Super Bowl champion as your head coach. And again, you've been munching on crystal drunk burgers. This man is a prime rib, okay? And somehow someone got to you where you've signed off on it. Or at least a large contingency of you people have, we don't want Belichick to be a part. Are you kidding me? I mean, seriously. Think about that for a moment. Think about how ignorant that sounds. You don't want Bill Belichick as your head coach. I don't think in 34 years of doing this, I don't think I've been blown away as much as I am with this story. And that's the truth. It's not all of you. It's not all of you. So here's what I'm going to do. Text me, 641-1010. Brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. I see they're already blowing up. Tell me why you don't want them. Too old? Tell me. He's only here for the wins.
Can't win without Brady.
Can't win. Tell me. Tell me why you don't want him. Okay? I know he slipped late. I know his drafting wasn't what it once was. Again, if you're going to waste all of our time talking about the draft, and it hasn't been good as of late for Bill Belichick, remember year after 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 year, he was drafting 30th, 31st, 32nd. Not first, like this organization. There's a difference. When you go to the Super Bowl every year and you're drafting that late in the draft compared to drafting early in the draft, it's not the same when you look at first-round talent. So I'm shocked by fandom here today, but I'm willing to learn, okay? I mean, I'm willing to sit back and listen to you. Tell me straight up why you think this, why you think that. Okay? 641-1010, best way to join us. Text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. All right, opening comments tonight and every night brought to you by the good folks over at Shmunez Vision. At this particular time, which is right now, I have an announcement that I would like to make. Yada, yada, yada. What did I do with it? See, I've worked up a sweat here. I'm so
I see. I need to turn the AC down a bit.
Yeah, I mean this has really got to me. I love I love you people. Okay? I do. But you need some freaking common sense. We're talking about Bill Belichick, and you're like, nah, we're good. I mean, what is wrong with you? We're good? I've seen some people say, oh, we're better off with him going to North Carolina. You're better off without Bill Belichick? Look at what your owner has done. Dave Caldwell and Trent Baalke. Look at what your owner has done. Mike Mularkey, the worst team they ever had. I actually think he's a good coach. He had no talent. Gus Bradley, Doug Marrone, Urban Meyer, Doug Peterson. We're good when it comes to Bill. Now, we don't need Bill here. The Canes passed him by. The guy invented work ethic. I'd like to introduce Dr. John Hunt to the Shmunez family with Shmunez Vision. All right? He is a general ophthalmologist who performs routine eye exams and cataract surgery. He also has special interests, including functional and cosmetic eyelid surgery. So he joins Dr. Catherine Shmunez, Dr. Neo Shmunez, and part of that growing family. It's simple. Grandkids to grandparents. If there is something going on with your eyes, make an appointment today at Shmunez Vision. Let me say this as well, okay? Wants and needs. Needs are your eyes. You got to keep them updated. A simple, evaluation, go in for a prescription change, whatever it may be. Absolutely, that's part of it. But what about something far more significant, like cataract surgery? All right, very important. We're talking about more than 30 years worth of experience when we talk about Shmunez, and they've also operated on one another. They've given each other eye surgery, so they trusted one another when it came to this as well. I had eye surgery 8.5 years ago. I've never had a setback. Fully recommend them. They're the best around. Just check them out by going to Shmunez Vision online. You can also get all of the testimonials on Instagram at Shmunez Vision. All right, let me come back. Let's get you involved a little bit early tonight. Get some of your feedback on this at 641-1010 on our text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Apparently, they're just, dotting a couple of I's, crossing a couple of T's, and Bill Belichick is on his way to North Carolina. Take a collective sigh, Duval. You didn't want him here to begin with. Enjoy your Wednesday night.
In every game, there's a guy who just makes plays.
He's their best home run hitter and elusive generational type back.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game. Experience the universal difference on 1010XL.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Is your AC ready for the holidays? Bold City Heating and Air ensures your AC stays in tip-top shape. We know that a clean AC is a healthy AC. Upgrade yours for just $96 a month and enjoy free duct cleanings with your new system. Plus, ask about our 0% financing options.
Bold City AC. We got the crew. Bold City AC.
Visit boldcityac.com.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Since 1928, people have admired diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs that we've hand-selected and put together because of the way they dance and sparkle on a lady's neck or ear. And now, through Christmas, Underwoods is putting all of our diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs on sale at 15% below our everyday price. We also take trade-ins on these pieces of jewelry, so if you're thinking about growing a diamond solitaire necklace or a pair of diamond studs up to a larger size, this is the ideal time to come see us. To To give an example, we normally sell our 1-carat total weight diamond stud earrings for $2,600, but right now they're on sale for $2,210. Our diamond solitaire necklaces are priced the same way, with sizes from 1/5 carat total weight up to 7 carats total weight. So if you need a gift that says forever, make it an Underwood diamond solitaire necklace or a pair of diamond stud earrings.
Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
It's holiday time at Best Bet St. Augustine and Orange Park. Get ready for thrilling promotions and tournaments all month long. Don't miss the 12 days of Christmas high hands with over $330,000 in payouts and the Clockwork Cash Out Table Games promotion, giving away $300 in cash every 15 minutes on select weekends. Celebrate the season with nonstop excitement at Best Bet. For all the details, head over to bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Now, it's time to showcase the Crown Royal Special Teams Player of the Game. Live generously and life will treat you royally.
Logan Cook was slicing and dicing over the weekend in the Music City. The teal and black punter recorded 198 yards on 4 punts, with his longest going 53 yards. Cook has been a master chef all season long and is your Crown Royal Special Teams Player of the Game.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
The holiday season is the busy season. Save time with great gift ideas from Metro Diner, Beaches Dermatology, Wicca Candle Bar, and Gotham City Limit. Start shopping and saving at 1010XL.com.
Southampton invites you to enjoy a round of golf and then a round with your buds, thanks to their game day special. Every Saturday and Sunday during the season, order up 10 wings and a cold pitcher for just $22. Plus, being a member at Southampton has its privileges, like a $500 gift card when you join with a paid initiation fee. All the details are at golfsouthampton.com. Twilight golf every day with special rates after 3 o'clock. Don't forget trivia Thursday nights and music on the patio Friday night. All at the Golf Club of Southampton.
My name's Jim. I'm 53 years old. There should be options in life, like ways to lose weight. Medications now feel like the only option. I mean, it sounds like a guarantee. I do have friends who have lost weight with them. I tried holding off. I did other diets, but I was miserable. I'd rather be fat and happy. The problem was I wasn't happy fat. I was about to start the meds, but then I heard of Awaken 180's GLP-1 program. Turned out it does the same thing as the meds without injecting myself for life. It absolutely worked. I dropped 45 pounds. I'm now in maintenance, and I feel better than my friends who are still on the meds. Listen, I barely know what GLP-1 is. What I do know is Awaken 180 worked for me, and I was far from miserable doing it.
Thanks, Jim. You all know our success with Awaken 180, and now with Awaken 180's GLP-1 balance, you address the root causes of weight issues. Do it naturally, then keep it off. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
If I say to you tomorrow, take my hand, child, come with me. It's to a castle I will.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Tonight being one of those 3-finger nights, I've been doing scotch as of late. And maybe just stare at the stars with some Led Zeppelin and company. I'm just trying to Understand. I mean, help me help you. I love Jaguar fans. I could care less about the players and the coaches. I never have. Okay? I mean, I want you to win. I want Joe the plumber and Sal the lawyer. I want you guys to be happy. Mary working on her 4th marriage. I want all you people to be happy. I want you to win. Okay? I want you to go down, Bay Street and turn up over the Main Street Bridge. Of course, the knuckleheads who run this city, they'll probably allow a sailboat to go through, so the parade will be delayed once they do win the Super Bowl. And then you cut towards 95 and you hang that right and you see beautiful Phillips Highway right there in front of the old Gator Lodge and the centerfold. And that Super Bowl party is going to happen. I'm going to be here for it. But I just cannot understand your reasoning here. It's filthy. And a lot of you are like, well, Belichick's never won anything without time. Wrong. You went 11-5 with Matt Castle. Okay? And if you're playing the role that he's never won without Brady, don't you have a generational talent right here in town? A guy whose $55 million a year contract hasn't even kicked in yet? Don't you want to see what the best coach in NFL history can do with Trevor Lawrence? Oh, no. No, Rick, we want a first-time defensive coordinator to come in and run this team. We want a first-time offensive coordinator to come in and run this team. Josh McDaniels is a very good coordinator. Okay? So if you, and I'm looking at the text line here, man, it's one after another. Bill Belichick cannot win without Tom Brady. You say that matter of fact. He won a playoff game in Cleveland. He beat Pete Carroll and the New England Patriots in Cleveland. They got rid of him too early, where he didn't have a quarterback. That's the part of it that you need to understand. This is year 5 for Trevor Lawrence. Is it going to work with Trevor Lawrence or is it not going to work with Trevor Lawrence? Why not give him the best coach in football to see if it's going to work? And Josh McDaniels calling plays. 3191 says, below the list of coaching candidates for the Jaguars will be extremely limited as long as Balky is the GM. Even Belichick wouldn't come here if he was asked. The Jaguars are going to be winners until the yada yada is gone. Yeah, I can't argue with you there. I cannot. And I'm still going to stay on record as saying that I think Trent Baalke's going to lead this organization in 2025. 63-43 Blue. I'd love Bill Belichick as your head coach. There you go. We've got one. 23-77 Rick. Today's players coach Bill is not built to have the patience for that type of player. The player has more power these days. His coaching style is against that. You're 100% right. Josh McDaniels is militant. He tried to take that with him at 2 stops, and it backfired. Mike Vrabel is militant. He was just fired in Tennessee. There's not a lot of guys who can get away with that, and I get it. I talk about it all the time on this program. You're getting Trevor at year 5, okay? You're getting him settling into his prime. The right people. You got to get yourself a wide receiver. You got to go out and find yourself some interior offensive linemen. Best chance. Let me see here. 8390. I want him only if he wants us, meaning just looking for some. I don't know if he wants us.
I want you to want me.
They should have fired Doug Peterson 2 weeks ago. They should have started this process. Right? And don't talk to me about tampering and stuff. I mean, conversations. Every time you read about Bill Belichick, you read about his relationship with the Khan family, particularly Tony Khan. I don't think it's too hard. Are you interested? That's it.
Now, people are already assuming that those conversations didn't happen because nobody, like, everything I'm seeing from NFL reporters and everything is like, hey, nobody wanted him in the NFL.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that, or is it just maybe not all the jobs are open at this point? Like, how would you know that the NFL doesn't want him when there's only, what, 2 open positions right now?
I find that very, very hard to believe. I do. Shocking if that was the case. What is Belichick's record without Brady? I don't know. Look it up. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry
what do I
he didn't win the Super Bowl with Bailey Zappi.
What's my name? Google? You look it up. What's his record? Let me stop the show and let's add it up. I mean,
he's 83 and 101 without Brady.
29-38 Ballou. Belichick may be prime rib, but it's well done. 10 to 15 years ago, he would have been a perfect medium rare, but that time has passed. Oh, okay. He's too old to coach. All right.
10 to 15 years ago.
10 to 15 years ago.
He's won like 3 Super Bowls since then. What the hell?
76-51. Why are you even responding to social media idiots? In doing so, you give them credence. Besides, the topic is totally irrelevant to the majority of your listeners. Bill Belichick is going to North Carolina, the last I heard. It is not irrelevant. It's a massive story, a huge story, because I know the way that fans act. And if all of a sudden at that basketball school, if Bill Belichick starts winning game after game after game after game, and you bring in the hot offensive coordinator, who we don't even know who his name is right now, to lead this franchise, and they get out of the gate with another 0-4 or a 1-5, you same people are going to say, damn it, why didn't they go after Bill Belichick as the head coach? You know it's going to happen. Absolutely it's going to happen.
And he obviously would have been one of the main candidates. Like, don't you? That's why it's a story for Jacksonville, sir.
Right. And if I was social media idiots, if I was to give them credence, I would identify one of those idiots. Give them their name and their Twitter handle and everything. I'm just speaking in general.
And it's not just like random people on Twitter. It's like Pete Prisco, and it's actual people that cover the league.
And I don't appreciate you calling those people idiots.
Yeah.
They're my friends. They're just wrong. They're just misguided here. Okay? 4391 Ballou. Bill would be able to possibly create a staff of player scouting and personnel in addition to position coaches to develop the young men ready for game day. He is the GOAT, or it could be an epic failure. All right. There you go.
What would be what would North Carolina have to do next year for you to be like, all right, it's been a success in year one? Like, is 9 wins? Is it?
Yeah, 9 wins. I'd like to say beat. Okay. I'd like to say beat Florida State, Miami,
they
Clemson.
They don't play either. Actually, they don't play Miami or Florida State next year.
You have their schedule out.
I just know that. So they definitely play Clemson.
Okay. I mean, Florida State doesn't have a lot to.
Yeah, they want to play Florida State.
Good news out of Florida State today, though. Did you hear?
I didn't.
With future interim head coach Gus Malzahn, he met the media. Oh, it was outstanding. Yeah, the future interim head coach today said that he will call plays for Florida State. He was also asked about stealing signs back during the national championship game between FSU and Auburn. He looked right at the media and said they did not steal signs. So this is a great signal for Florida State. Gus Malzahn still knows how to lie. And frankly, that's what they need over there. They need some lies. They need some They need something outside of good grades and not getting in trouble. That's what the current Florida State Seminoles do. And they're as soft as can be. Just went back and forth with Shade Tree. Marvin Jones Jr. on a direct message. His son announced today. Marvin Jones Jr. has hit the transfer portal. I just went back with the original. His daddy, Marvin Jones. Wished his son good luck. It just didn't work out there. He looked lost at times. 39-34, Blue. I'm fine with Belichick or someone with a proven track record. I just don't understand the death do us part marriage between Bulky and Khan. That is something that we'll never fully understand. Okay? I have a feeling that a lot is going to leak in the next 4 weeks when Doug Peterson gets popped, and that'll leak from the Bulky side. You're going to hear of a lot of misgivings. You're going to hear of a lot of screw-ups. I think it's par for the course. But he is going to be your man looking for your next head coach. Okay? I mean, look at the guys he considered last time. Matt Eberflus. Nate Hackett. Did Trent Baalke never watched the 2018 AFC Championship game. Did Nate Hackett? Again, these are names. These are the names that, outside of Ben Johnson, okay, who all of a sudden is like Amos Alonzo Stagg, for crying out loud. He's like the combination of Vince Lombardi, Bill Walsh, Amos Alonzo Stagg, and I don't know, throw in another one for me. John Madden, the best winning percentage of any NFL coach in more than 100 games coached. You don't know if he can be a head coach. No one knows that. So give me another name. Now that you're set on the fact that Belichick's not there, you going to tell me it's Cliff Kingsbury? Are you going to tell me it's Aaron Glenn? Give me a name. I'm all ears here. You have absolutely, totally dismissed the idea of Belichick. All right, I have a guest who's supposed to be coming up right now, so I need to take a quick break. We got much more to do, plus more Jaguars. John Osher joins us at 7.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Have you heard? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are aiming to sell 1,000 vehicles this December. How? I've told my team to take all reasonable offers. We won't lose your business over price. With thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the ground, all priced to sell, we guarantee the most money for your trade and the easiest car buying experience ever. I promise we ain't leaving nothing on the table. This is the absolute last weekend. Visit Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We're here to wow you.
Give a unique gift this holiday season with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Make your own product in the store with over 90 fragrances at Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. There's nothing like the ambiance of a custom-built fireplace. The team at CSS can design and install the perfect setup, including wood, gas, and electric models, whether you want the elegance of an indoor fireplace or the warmth of an outdoor fire pit. You dream it, they build it. Visit their showroom or online at cssfireplaces.com.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
This holiday season, give the gift of team spirit with FOCO. Apparel, headwear, home decor, and more. Use code 1010XL15 at checkout for 15% off. FOCO ships fast for the holidays. Head to FOCO.com/1010XL.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 11, 2006, Basketball Hall of Fame coach Jerry Sloan achieves his 1,000th career win as a coach, becoming the 5th coach to reach the mark.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a professional stamp licker from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Martin Celery.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to play, Bob.
Well, let's move things along. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Wait, but
That's right, Marty. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we've stocked up on the remaining inventory of low-cost 2024 model air conditioners. So you win. We're passing the savings on to you.
Can I answer a question first?
We need to make room for the 25s, so we're offering great deals on AC replacements while supplies last.
Could I spin the wheel at least? I've been practicing for a year.
With last-minute deals like this, there's no question that you are cool.
What'll I tell my kids?
There you go. Have a souvenir t-shirt.
Thanks.
Stay cooler with Bueller. Visit BuellerAir.com.
The Money Pages brings you the Red Zone featured player of the week. Number 1, Jaguars running back Travis Etienne Jr. Travis played college ball for the Clemson Tigers and was drafted by the Jags in the first round in 2021. Pick up this week's Jags game program with a commemorative ticket of Travis Etienne inside. Download the Money Pages app for weekly specials. Money Pages, official sponsor of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to ShinatriDC.com.
Hey, I'm Ben Kay, owner of Gotham City Limit, your local comic shop. Here to let you know we're doing 20% off the entire store now through Christmas. So unleash your gift-giving spirit, let your passion transmit. Do what we do and take it to the limit. Visit GothamCityLimit.com for more information.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jaguars are set to face two of the league's top wide receivers this Sunday when the New York Jets come to town, with Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams. Despite the Jets' struggles this season, the Jaguars' defense must be on high alert for where these two are on the field all game. Because with a veteran quarterback such as Aaron Rodgers, he will find them the second they get open. Here's Peterson on the receivers.
Two really good receivers. Obviously, the history Devontae has with Aaron is well documented, obviously, and you're seeing more and more the connection with Garrett. I think too, you can affect the pass with pass rush and design rushes, and you've got to be able to do that too. So work is cut out, for our guys. Forward to, Sunday and watching them play.
I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, a very busy night. The text line is burning up, 641-1010. A lot of people out there want to be heard. Of course, that's brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Back to you in a moment. Also, John Osher coming up at 7 o'clock. The latest on the Jaguars, which does include Evan Ingram, did not practice today. So we'll give you everything on the Jaguars coming up in just a couple of minutes. But first things first, we have this. Our good friend Rick Shoemaker of course, my favorite golf course in town, Cimarron. And I want to ask him a couple of golf questions. But first things first, Rick, I know tomorrow is the final day for the holiday toy drive. Give us the very latest as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. For the last couple of years, we've partnered with Toys for Tots as a drop-off the Marine Corps program, and people get to come out to Cimarron if they bring a toy valued at $10. They get to play for all of 39 plus tax, and it gives them golf, 18 holes, and all-inclusive lunch. It's usually a burger, salad, chicken, and sides, and a beer on us. So for $39, you get a full day of golf, a full stomach, and you support a fantastic cause. We've already had about a couple hundred rounds for the last 2 weeks, and tomorrow's our last day. And who knows? I might send you a note. I'm trying to decide next week, if we continue it, we've got to confirm with them the pickup of toys, but that's kind of why it cuts off tomorrow, technically, at the moment.
Outstanding. Scotty Scheffler, a winner last week, 9 PGA Tour victories this year. When Tiger Woods did this, he brought in all sorts of fans from, different areas that the PGA Tour had never seen. Not so much with Scotty Scheffler. Where the game is right now, is this a good thing for the PGA Tour to have what Scotty Scheffler's doing?
I think it's fantastic. I think every sport needs that figure at the top, whether it's a team like Kansas City, whether it's in golf or anywhere that people try to get off the pedestal. I think it makes everybody simply better. It makes people have something to chase for, work for, and again, the tour. Every one of those players will tell you when Tiger did it, right? It made them work harder on their game, and I think that's where they are now with Scotty. I think the nuance is obviously a different persona with Tiger and his that grit and determination. He was no nonsense, and I think Scotty, though, is so well liked. That's the little bit of the conundrum in it, but still, I think it's making these players think about what they're trying to do in their game, and hey, maybe I can be better. So I think it's fantastic for the sport.
Lost a lot of really good golfers, obviously, to the LIV Tour. Do you see a guy or two rivaling Scheffler, or do you think it's just going to be on a weekly basis? Has this guy had a good round? That guy had a good round? What do you think is going to happen this year?
I think somebody. I think Justin, if you look at his last few events, Thomas has been playing better. I think he's a guy that can win, 4, 5, 6 times pretty quick. I think he's that kind of streaky player. He puts up those low numbers. Absolutely think he is one that can do it. I think Morikawa, he was a little quiet last year, but he came on in some events. I think he's a little dark horse out there to maybe win 4 or 5 times. The other players, you got to learn to win on the tour. And again, a lot of it always comes down to 2, right? Where are people in their life? These young guys, did they just get married or they're starting families? And that pulls them away from that focus and that commitment. And then you see now the tour changing the number of players.
Right.
I think it's going to get more difficult. But Scotty, back to him, look, 9 times I think it's fantastic. I think, and I hope he wins another 6, 7, 8 times this coming year. From the LIV Tour, depending on where all this does end up, I still think Brooks Koepka. Personally, not a big fan, but fact is, I think he's an incredible player. Bryson DeChambeau, I think, could go out there. Those 2 guys, if they ever was a remerge or more freedom to participate, I think those 2 could put up a quick 4, 5, 6 wins in a year as well.
Rick Shoemaker, our guest. Of course, he's with the Cimarron Golf Club right there on 210. The last thing I want to ask you about, and you mentioned it really comes into play here in 3 months with the Players' Championship. They're going to drop it this year to 120 players at the Players. They're citing, they want to get everyone in. So when the sun comes down, you have the continuation on Friday morning, etc. But it's going to be less of an opportunity for members of the PGA Tour to to cash a check and enhance their game. What do you think about this, right?
For the Players' Championship, I do know when I worked over there and the nuance, and we see it every year. You don't have to work over there, but the nuance of can they finish in time, right? And every year that's the push for those last 3, 4, 5 groups. So it's probably a solid position for the Players' Championship in that case. For the extension into the whole year, I'm a little disappointed. I like to see the door be open a little bit more for competition for some of these young guys out there. Look, I say all the time, I think there's 500 to 1,000 guys and women for the LPGA, for that matter, that can go out there and potentially win an event. But have they bridled their abilities to be consistent enough to get their card and stay out there?
Yeah.
But these one-offs that qualify on Monday, if its timing's right, these guys, there's some incredible play at the lower tours that they go out and shoot these, 28 unders on the Korn Ferry. And those guys, if they have the chance and could get out there and do it one given week, I think that's a special story. And again, you go all the way back to John Daly doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some other examples. I think it's fantastic TV, keeps interest with the average person to see that, this guy was delivering pizza 6 months ago or a year ago, and all of a sudden he's in contention on Sunday. That's a great story, and it's hard to top that.
Well, certainly myself included, and for a lot of our listeners, it's been a rough football season. So I'm getting ready for golf season to kick off here, and it's on the cusp of beginning once again. As we say goodbye, Rick, tell us once again about the toy drive at Cimarron, and also what's going on right now at the Cimarron Golf Club.
Well, right now, again, the toy drive is tomorrow, last day at the moment, $39 plus tax. Bring a toy value at $10, and you get the whole kit and caboodle experience. You get to play golf, 18 holes. You get lunch and a beer on us. So that's what we're doing. As far as the golf course, again, we're continuing to get better. The greens are fantastic. The membership has grown. We have it's wintertime, but we're heading into season, so we're getting prepared for that to put our best foot forward into the spring. And we're excited about next year. Our next big project, most people won't see it visibly because it's an irrigation project. We're doing a massive irrigation project through next year. We'll stay open, but that's going to give us the entire infrastructure to truly take, 2 steps ahead over the next 24 months. So we're excited about the future. We're excited to be a part of the golfing community in North Florida with all these fantastic properties. And we think Cimarron delivers one of the best values. So we hope to see everybody out here when they can and be a part of it. So I appreciate you always letting us be on here and talk about it.
Rick, always a pleasure as well. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, Rick.
There he goes. Rick Shoemaker with the Cimarron Golf Club. They've done wonderful things there. Again, the fairways, the greens, there was a point where they did not have a good reputation, okay? They have fixed it. They have poured a lot of money into it, and it is outstanding. Plus, the brand-new clubhouse, indoors and outdoors. I'm telling you, go give it a shot. Let me know. Text me, 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Jaguars news on the other side. John Osher joins me.
Every team has bumps and bruises, but a major injury can shake the season.
Let me know if he's ever going to play football again, or do I need to find me another wide receiver?
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update.
Jacksonville.
On 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Value or flavor? Price or taste? Why choose when you can get both with everyday deals at Sonny's? Right now, you can get the pork big deal for $10, the pork and rib combo for $12, and all-you-can-eat ribs for just $19.99. Yep, you heard right. All your favorites are now available all day, every day. And that's why it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
Frank Frangie here. It's the holiday season, and Nimnik Buick GMC is here for you. Whether you're making memories on the road or continuing family traditions right here in Jacksonville, you can always count on us because there's nobody but Nimnik. This month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 0% zero APR financing. That's right, 0%. Shop online 24/7 at NimnikBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
It's a sale so big, Santa wants to get in on it.
It's Beard's Diamond's incredible 44th anniversary sale, held over until Christmas Eve. Everything store-wide is on sale, up to 44% off.
Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center or beardsdiamonds.com.
AC replacement? If your AC unit is ready to go kaput, then it's time to call Florida Home AC. With over $3,000 in tax credits waiting for you on select systems, take advantage of it. Call 777-4300. Get Florida Home AC to cool you off.
Pickett here with my concierge doctor, Richard Townsend. Doc T, how does a concierge direct primary care operate?
We are a membership-based primary care made directly between a patient and physician. We'll have a limited amount of patients that allows us to give unlimited access and personal service to you. This individualized approach has been shown to lower hospitalizations as well as maintain healthier lives. We also give 24/7 access via phone to me outside of our scheduled office hours.
To learn more, go to mypvconcierge.com.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. Our listeners have been killing it in a year full of surprises. MyBookie is the one book that's got your back. No fluff, no second guessing, just straight up action. Does your other sports book pay out when you push on a bet? MyBookie pays you back. And if you're new to the game and not sure where to start, we've got you covered. Step up, use our promo code 1010XL, and that'll double your bankroll with 100% deposit bonus right from the jump. Here's a pro tip to get you rolling. The NFL teams with powerhouse offensive lines are dominating the run game this year, and betting game total unders has been printing money. Stack that with MyBookie's risk-free Thursdays, so why wait? There's a new risk-free odds boost every Thursday. To find the bet, click on the Bet Boost tab and scroll down. If it hits, you win. If it doesn't, MyBookie refunds your money. Sign up now. Get your double deposit bonus with promo code 1010XL, the best sign-up bonus for Florida bettors. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Kuhn Flowers invites you to join their Spread the Joy gift drive, supporting families here in Florida impacted by the recent hurricanes. They're accepting new and unwrapped toys, gifts, or monetary donations. Visit KuhnFlowers.com to find out more.
This season, check out our revamped website at southernsteerbutcher.com. Click on the Promotions tab, and our Jacksonville weekly grilling specials will hit you in the face like a hot route over the middle.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Mia here. Since 1982, Closets by Design has specialized in creating dream spaces for every budget. My designer, Frances, made the process so easy. She came to my house and designed a walk-in closet that's not only beautiful, but also incredibly functional for me and old Beau Valentine. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation at 800-293-3744. Hey, and if you mention Mia or Helmets and Heels, you'll qualify for free base molding. Call today or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Prossard here for Lifetime Flooring. You've heard us rave about Lifetime Enclosures. Now let's talk about Lifetime Flooring. I can tell you firsthand, the product, services, best in Jacksonville. As you know, updating your floors is one of the most dramatic changes you can make to your home. Call the experts at Lifetime Flooring now and ask about their buy one room, get one room free promotion through Christmas. 0% financing, available to meet any budget. Visit their beautiful showroom just off Phillips Highway. And as always, tell them Prosser sent you.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle, and he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line. Hello. We can wiggle it.
All right, the Jaguars back at it today. They try to win 2 in a row. That'll be the home date coming up against New York on Sunday, that being the Jets. Quick reminder, tomorrow night I'll be over at the Bricks at the beach, 6 to 8, and I have a couple of tickets that you can register to win for this contest between the Jaguars and the Jets. All compliments of Miller Lite. So that's tomorrow night at the Bricks. John Osher, our guest, senior writer, Jaguars.com. Hello, Johnny.
You know what 2 in a row would be, Rick?
No.
Winning streak. Let's get it.
Hey, Mac Jones, man, fourth quarter. Late in the fourth quarter, last 2 games, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Why not just go to the hurry-up offense? I know we've talked about it this year, but why not just simplify things and speed it up a little bit and, convince them that when the game begins, it's already the fourth quarter?
Well, my guess is they'll do a version of that. I'm sure they'll do a version of, hey, let's just throw the ball to Brian Thomas Jr. More than we have been, right? So I expect them to try to gear in that direction a little bit. It's a little harder than just that because when you go hurry up the whole game, and if you don't have success, it's the old thing. Do you want to put this defense that has struggled at times this year on the field quicker? I mean, that's always the debate when you do that. So there's sound football reasons, but you're 3-10. Let's try something. And because, frankly, even the win last week, great. Realistically, the Titans hung around long enough for the Jaguars to put together 2 drives to win the game.
Yeah.
I don't know that every team is going to be that patient with the Jaguars. So, I believe they'll keep trying to give them a chance for as much success as possible. I don't expect this offense to all of a sudden be great, but we can hope.
Regardless of what happens here in the next 4 weeks, and if there is a change, man, you got some young talent. Mason Smith made some plays. Jarian Jones was outstanding. You referenced Brian Thomas Jr. Tank got 18 carries, got some tough yards, and scored a touchdown. And then, of course, y'all wait on the quarterback. But there is talent with this football team.
Yeah, I thought, the thing that struck me about last week was you had Brian Thomas Jr. who made big plays, and as much as you can be in football, the reason they won the game. On the other side, Jarian Jones had a huge fourth quarter and, made plays when it mattered. What have we talked about all year? This team does make big plays at the end. There's the debate, and I'll kind of jump around a little bit. There's the debate, should they win? Is it good to win? You're hurt in draft position. To me, if they win 2 or 3 of the last 5, yes, it hurts draft position. But if young guys are doing those things to win, and that's building something, then I think it is okay to win. And I think it's a positive. It's always okay to win. You know what I'm saying? I think you gain from it. If it's Ronald Darby and older players who you don't know if they're part of the core, then what's the point? So I think as long as you're seeing that like that, you can't tell me that that's not going to help Jarian Jones keep emerging into the kind of player he's becoming. That somewhere that's important.
And it's Aaron Rodgers coming into town this weekend with the New York Jets, as we do talk with John Osher, senior writer, Jaguars.com. Joining Rick Ballou. Aaron Rodgers is still a gamer. His legacy's on the line. He's not going anywhere this year, but historically speaking, he's maybe on Mount Rushmore, if not pretty quick. And that is an offense that last week went over 300 yards passing for him for the first time since 2021. So people say, well, are they going to lay down? Are they looking towards the end of the year? Maybe, but I still think when the game begins, Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets can try to do whatever they can to win this one.
Yeah, they're in a little different situation than the Jags. I thought last week the Titans sort of had the edge of still trying to play for a first-year coach and a quarterback trying to establish himself. This week, the Jets are in a really weird spot because both the GM and the coach aren't there. So, like, who are you playing for if you're that, aside from the tape? But they've kept playing. So I think the Aaron Rodgers factor is obviously a huge factor whenever he plays. He's playing better. He struggled a lot early with some injuries, being banged up. He's healthy. So, yeah, to your point, Rick, once the game starts this time of year, I've always thought these teams that are out of it, and both these teams are out of it, they're dangerous as long as they think they got a shot that day.
Mm-hmm.
Once you sort of feel like they're out of it, then it can snowball. But once it starts and they're within 4, these guys are competitive and they want to win. So on that front, could be entertaining Sunday.
Evan Ingram with the shoulder, a DMP today did not work, but according to Doug Peterson, he feels as though he should be good on Sunday.
Yeah, and I guess, it's the Jaguars' luck. If they were in it this time of year, their injury report would be like 19 deep.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in it, and they're healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So go figure. But yes, I got the impression. I've got no impression that Evan won't play. I think they'll be healthy. I think everybody will be good to go. And that's something in a lost season.
Yeah. Last one for you as well. Doug Peterson today talking about how Trevor Lawrence is still in the concussion protocol. We know he's gone for the year, but this will in fact delay the shoulder surgery if in fact he is going to have it.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he doesn't have it. Everything I understood about the shoulder during the season was that as long as if he was going to have surgery, because it was the non-throwing, that as long as he had it soon after the season, that he would be able to get back in time for all the off-season stuff, that it wouldn't hinder his off-season. So I would think concussion protocol, I haven't heard that there's any rush of, we need to get him out of the protocol because he can't do it anyway. But I don't think time is a crunch here at this point. I haven't sensed that at all. So they want to let him get healthy for the concussion, shoulder okay. But I don't think there's any real worry about that right now.
John Osher, ladies and gentlemen, senior writer, Jaguars.com. John, I'll see you over there on Sunday. Thank you.
Look forward to it, buddy. Thank you.
There he goes, John Osher. Good stuff. Yeah, they're a relatively healthy football team right now. I mean, you look at the injury report outside of the DMP today for Evan Ingram, you got both guards, Ezra Cleveland and Brandon Sheriff. It's a knee for Cleveland. It's a knee and a shoulder for Sheriff, both limited. So I'm just looking here how many of these were rest. My goodness, the Jets, both backs, including Breece Hall, 3 members of their offensive line, Hassan Reddick on the defensive line, DJ Reed, Michael Carter II. So 4 offensive linemen, 3 corners. It's a beaten-up team right now with the New York Jets. I'll go through that a little bit more thoroughly tomorrow or Friday, or perhaps both, depending, as we get closer to that ball game coming up Sunday at 1 o'clock. That's going to be a real. I mean, we've talked a lot about you tonight, the Jaguar fans. Okay, that is, and it was Monday's show, but the point of fandom that I try to point out all the time is how you change. And that's well within your right. Again, fans are never wrong. But this becomes one of those games where you may be breaking some bread right now with some cronies of yours, and you're heading to the bar, and you're like, hey, man, we're going Sunday. We got to lose. We got to lose this game because we want to improve our draft stock. And we want to lose this game because we want everything to get bulldozered over and have a brand new organization to start 2025. But once you get in game and all of a sudden you're midway through the second quarter, if all of a sudden Mac Jones drops back, puts that foot in the dirt, and hits Brian Thomas Jr. down the sideline, and 20, 10, touchdown, Jags. It's not like you're not going to cheer, right? You're going to be up and you're going to be like, what a fantastic play. Where has that been all year? Why can't we get a little bit more of that? So it does. It really tests your emotion or your emotions. And it's easy to say, yeah, I don't want them to win. But once you get into the game, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can go back and forth. Maybe you are that rock solid where your mind is set with 4 games to go. No, I want 4 losses here. I don't see that happening. I think they got a chance of winning each and every one of these 4 games. I wouldn't bet on it. Okay, the Jets could blow them out on Sunday. But I still think the possibility is there for that. 4042 says, Ballou, Jag fans don't want Belichick here because they're still upset that Miles Jack wasn't down. Goes on, yada, 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 would have brought a Super Bowl here. You know what? You should take that to the grave with you. I think if you're a true Jaguars fan, almost daily you don't think about that. If not, certainly a couple of times a week. It just becomes part of your subconscious. It becomes part of your life, whether it's for 5 seconds or you give it some deep thought. Okay? It should never leave you. You came that close. And again, Doug Marrone and Nate Hackett sat on that freaking lead. And Trent Baalke wanted Nate Hackett. But you should never let that go. I've had others say, turn the page. I'm like, screw that. Why would I ever turn the page? Do you think I've turned the page on Bill Buckner in the era? Growing up with that, you think I've turned the page on Bucky Dent in 1978? Hitting one over the wall off of Mike Torres. That's the cruel part of fandom. The excitement in the electricity of winning huge games, winning championships, that goes by the wayside. It really does. You are going to remember when you were heartsick, and that is the worst part of being a fan. So again, I've actually had former players not come up to me, but in a conversation say, get over it. Well, you know what? That's the player's mindset. We don't have that. Fans don't have that. The players can turn the page and it's a new day. You as a fan, you are well within your right to suffer. Okay? I mean, to take that on as part of your identity. And we all have it. If you're a true fan. If you're a casual fan, then it means nothing to you. But if you sweat to it and you bleed to it, yeah, man. I mean, you got to take that with you, until you fall in that wooden box.
I think about that Ohio State game almost every day.
You should.
Sadly. I think the texter's looking at it the wrong way. If you would have had Bill Belichick, or if you have Bill Belichick, you get those type of calls. You get the Miles Jack isn't down call. Like, if you are Bill Belichick, Doug Marrone Doug Marrone didn't get that call. Bill Belichick gets that call.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you want a little bit of respect around here. You bring in Bill Belichick.
I never even thought of that angle, because the referees are absolutely scrutinized today and everything is under the microscope. It's getting better, I would assume, not worse. I don't know that. I mean, you tell me. You watch the games. I watch the games with you, but it still feels like they do miss on obvious situations.
I mean,
absolutely
look at the Chiefs.
Credibility.
Yeah, the Chiefs get everybody, all they do on Twitter during a Chiefs game is complain about how the Chiefs got another call, or, Jawan Taylor never gets called for this. That's sort of what you get when you have a great coach, when you're respected around the league, the refs also respect you.
I understand the hatred of Bill Belichick. I get it. I'm wise enough to get it, but I've heard people call him Belichick. Hey, we don't care if he cheats. We only care if he gets caught cheating, right? I mean, if you're cheating and you're winning, isn't that great? You trying to tell me that if the Jaguars could find a way to cheat but win, you wouldn't take it? That if your college team found a way to cheat and win, you wouldn't take it? Coughlin cheated. He got popped. It cost him his job. Now, it may not be defined as cheat, but when you dive into the story and you look at how he tried to force injured players to come back here and work when it's not part of the collective bargaining agreement, and when he said during a voluntary, OTAs or minicamp, which is bargained collectively by the NFL and the NFL's Players Association, and Coughlin's like, you should be here. In a way, that is a form of cheating.
Yeah, he's trying to get an advantage by working around the rules.
And he got popped.
Call it what you want.
Stuff's been going on forever. It's just, are you going to get caught?
How many Michigan fans are upset that Connor Stallions was cheating for them?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Well, you saw 4 years ago when Urban Meyer, remember when they got popped for hitting in practice before they were supposed to hit? That was leaked because it was an awful locker room. And a veteran spoke up. Don't know. I have my idea who I think it was. I don't know it, okay? But a veteran called his agent, or a veteran called someone from the Players Association and said, we are not supposed to have any contact, and we're having it. So what happened? They got popped. And I think it ended up costing them like 3 practices or...
Yeah, I forgot about that story completely.
But that's an example of do you think Jacksonville was the only team that had contact during that time period? No. There were other well-glued teams who want to win, teams who respect their coach, teams who respect one another. Where you're going to get away with that. You're just not going to say anything because winning is the most important thing. You have something that is totally dysfunctional, like when Urban Meyer led this team, and you're going to get popped for it. All right, we got much more to do. Getting some really good ones in tonight, 641-1010. I've asked you for names. I mean, I've read as many. We've gotten hundreds. But I've gotten a lot of response to Belichick and UNC. I'm asking for names. I see Pete Prisco, a friend of mine for more than 30 years, 100% opposite of how I feel. He says it's a good thing that Belichick is going to UNC. Now go get Ben Johnson and a new general manager. Okay. He becomes the most coveted guy to get. But it's also fair to ask the question, what if he doesn't want to come here? Who are you going to get if Ben Johnson doesn't want to come to Jacksonville?
It's the play that turned hope into victory. Plenty of time goes downfield, and he's got it complete. Performance Painting presents the high-performance play of the game.
He is a force to be reckoned with. He's been doing it a long time.
On 1010XL, prepare, protect, preserve.
David Lane here again for Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. After several surgeries for age-old issues, mainly my back and shoulders, there's no doubt that Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is my sustaining resource for living pain-free. Take it from me, and I'm being really honest here, there's no better orthopedic facility here in Jacksonville.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, this is Bert Cannon with the First Coast YMCA. Youth sports at the Y can help nurture your future athlete's potential and experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, elite skills training, and more. Best of all, participation in Legacy Youth Sports League is free with your family membership. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
Injured in an accident? Have mounting medical bills? Can't work? Don't worry. Zach's got your back. I'm Zach Von Rowan of Von Rowan Law. I will fight for the compensation that you deserve. Set up your free consultation at zachsgotyourback.com.
David here with Royal Pest Services. Here's a special message from our president.
Thanks, David. This is Jordan Harrington, president of Royal Pest Services. We'd like to thank everyone who has trusted Royal Pest for their pest control needs this year. Wishing all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Royal Pest family.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 11, 2006, Basketball Hall of Fame coach Jerry Sloan achieves his 1,000th career win as a coach, becoming the 5th coach to reach the mark.
Icebreakers Bar and Grill in the Community First Igloo is the coolest place in town for lunch and dinner. Watch the game with a wide selection of local beers, cocktails, wings, burgers, ribs, and more. Enjoy with family and friends at Emerson and I-95.
This is Chelsea with Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. Here's what people are saying about working with us.
Installers were professional, courteous, and efficient.
Great customer service. On time, explained the process, and walked me through the installation. Amazing team.
Our experience with Renewal by Anderson was outstanding from the beginning to end.
Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com.
License number CGC 1527613.
Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
I got the perfect holiday gift for you. At the Blue Crab House, you spend $50, you get a $65 gift card. $50 and you get $65. Bam, the pressure's off. Located right off of San Jose on Julington Creek Road, open every day until 9 except for Monday. Get rid of the stress of holiday shopping right now at the Blue Crab House. Spend $50 and get a $65 gift card only at the Blue Crab House.
With the sun setting earlier, Hidden Hills Golf Club has expanded their twilight specials so you can take advantage of our special afternoon rates and get your round in before dark. Book today at hiddenhillsgc.com and enjoy this beautiful fall weather.
Visionaries, builders, and doers. Are you ready to change the world? Miller Electric is your opportunity to shape the future. Miller Electric is leading the charge in electric vehicle technology with our state-of-the-art EV Innovation Design Center. We're working to create a sustainable future. We're also the proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars, powering their performance at the brand new Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric, we provide competitive pay, unbeatable benefits. Apply today. MillerCareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
We heard you loud and clear, Jags fans, and we're taking it back to the 90s again. The Prowler throwback jerseys return to the field Sunday, December 15th, when your Jaguars take on the New York Jets. Be at the bank to see them in action while joining us for our Inspire Change game. To lock in your seats, head to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank. How wide is the moon? The answer coming right up.
It's always a good idea to compare homeowners' insurance rates instead of renewing year in and year out. Log on to southernoak.com and get an instant quote in minutes.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The moon is roughly 2,100 miles wide, about a 3-day drive.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, it's coming up on 7:30 till 9 o'clock tonight. The Blue Crab House, $1 steamed oysters. And you still got 90 minutes to get on out there at off of San Jose. on Julington Creek Road. $1 steamed oysters. I mean, knock yourself out. I can go for about 24 of them right now. Wash it back with a couple of ice-cold Miller Lights. Yes. Hey, as well, if you're looking for a last-minute holiday gift, I shouldn't say last minute. It's the 11th of December. But you can get a $65 gift card at the Blue Crab House for only $50. Okay? And then I noticed that Bitcoin's up like 122%, or maybe that's my Bitcoin. This is better. This is up $15. All right? If you go from the 50 that you lay and the 65 that can be spent. So get it at the Blue Crab House. It's the last one I'm going to read on Belichick outside of names, which I guess wouldn't be Belichick. But the 5819 says, Ballou, one side tells me that I would love Bill Belichick as our head coach. The other side, it's always that no head coach who won a Super Bowl with one team went on to win another Super Bowl with another team. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was hyped for Doug, too, but we already won one, and if the statistics are right, he won't win another one. That is very, very, very true. Doug Peterson mailed it in. Doug Peterson let a lot of simple things manifest. He did. I'm still really disappointed because I like Doug Peterson, and I'm not ever going to walk away from what I have said previously. I thought he was the guy. I thought he would be perfect for Trevor Lawrence. Some of these little things, the lack of communication, things that he has said, this deal with Press Taylor, the stuff that went on with it's really poor leadership. And it feels to me like he's kind of hanging on to the Lombardi trophy that he won years ago in Philadelphia, and that's it. He's just collecting a paycheck, and it's one of two things. He's going to call it a career and enjoy the rest of his life. He's a good golfer. I still think he's a really good human being. Or he's going to recharge the batteries in maybe a year and become an offensive coordinator somewhere. But those things would not happen with Belichick. 28-35, Ballou, Shad needs to wise up. All right, I see 6 here now with Mike Norvell. I see a Robert Saleh. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Davis Webb. 5602. I've been saying Davis Webb. Everyone says he's a future star. Sean Payton hired him as a quarterback's coach on the spot. The year after he retired, I don't want Bill Belichick, yada, yada, yada. He's going on about Davis Webb.
He's the quarterback coach of the Broncos.
Right. Liam Cohen over in Tampa. Right? Brian Flores. Brian Flores learned under Belichick. He never got the title of defensive coordinator, but he ran that defense. It was not a good run for him in Miami as the head coach.
It wasn't terrible, but he did not get along with Tua. Remember that?
I do. I absolutely
It was basically like quarterback versus coach, which is the exact same problem they're having here right now.
Liam Cohen's a name I've seen a little bit. Now, I mean, Baker Mayfield's playing well. All of a sudden, Tampa Bay's in first place in the NFC South. Wade Phillips' sons, interesting. Kevin Stefanski. Okay, so we're talking about fired coaches here. Flores, if he's let go in Cleveland. Stefanski.
They'd be
Robert
crazy
Saleh.
to fire him, by the way.
Yeah, I agree. Robert Saleh. Saleh was here. I was the sideline reporter the entire time that he was the linebackers coach. I wish I could give you something on Robert Saleh. He was very, very unassuming here. I've just never heard a peep out of him, which I guess is smart. right? When you're a position guy. I'll say the same thing about Doug Marrone. When Doug Marrone was the offensive line coach, heard almost nothing out of him under Gus Bradley until all of a sudden he was announced as the interim. Then it became a totally different world for Doug Marrone. I guess that's the way you kind of piece things together when you are a position coach. You know, be seen but not be heard. The ideal, all right, here we go. I've gotten a million of these from the 4195. The ideal situation, bring in Ben Johnson, Brunell in as your offensive coordinator, Keenan McCardell from Minnesota as your wide receivers. All right, you know, Keenan never should have left here. Keenan was a good hire. Keenan's a good coach. Look at what he's doing with the wide receivers in Minnesota. Okay, but again, now he goes on to say, you know, Baselli, this is ultimate fandom, and that's fine.
Exactly. You can't just have like an alumni squad of coaches.
That's fine, but, you know, how realistic is it? How realistic is it that Baselli's going to be the president of football operations? He's going to see at it that Ben Johnson is hired and Mark Brunell is the offensive coordinator. It sounds really, really, really good. Okay? But take into consideration what you have there. A first-time head coach in Ben Johnson and a first-time offensive coordinator in Mark Brunell. That is what you have. Things change when all of a sudden you're calling plays. All right? And also, does Ben Johnson, here's the best scenario, okay? And a lot of you probably don't want to hear it, but here's the best scenario, is if Ben Johnson comes here and runs this offense with Trevor Lawrence, I want Ben Johnson calling plays. I want him to be Sean Payton. I want him to be Andy Reid. I want an Andy Reid-Patrick Mahomes relationship. I want that decade-plus relationship that Sean Payton had with Drew Brees and now is putting together with Bo Nix. I don't want to rely on an offensive coordinator because we know how this league is. What if all of a sudden Mark Brunell comes here, he's calling the plays, Jacksonville wins 3 or 4 games, all of a sudden they're a prominent playoff team. Year in, year out, and Brunell is the hot guy. All of a sudden, you got because you're going to have 6, 7, 8 changes every year in the NFL. As much as Mark Brunell loves Jacksonville, if the next team calls and says, Mark, we want you to interview to be the head coach of our organization, then you lose them. And for Trevor Lawrence, it's starting all over again. That's why I want it to be an offensive hire where the head coach is also the play caller. That is what I would want. And that is what you should want as Jaguar fans for the reason that I just gave you. I mean, all of a sudden you look at Trevor, man, it changed in his last 2 years at Clemson or the last year at Clemson with a new play caller. You know, it didn't work here with Urban and, God, I can't even think of his name. The offensive coordinator here in year one with Trevor. And then the nonsense is Doug Peterson calling plays, is Press Taylor. Who is it? Darrell
Bevel?
Yes, Darrell Bevel. Thank you. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's too much.
I almost went with Cooter, but he was
Jim Bob Cooter was the quarterback's coach.
Yeah.
He's dropped off a little bit since Jim Bob Cooter left. There's another name. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden he starts getting knocked around a little bit. Jim Bob Cooter. This city would love Jim Bob Cooter just for the name alone. He'd be a cult-like. I mean, Jim Bob Cooter could go like 1-16, but he'd still be a fan favorite because of his name.
Shad has a press conference. We're bringing him back another year just for the jokes.
He's starting year 5, Trevor Lawrence. There needs to be some consistency. You lost another year. You don't get too many of them, right? And I know that you can make the case. Just look at Aaron Rodgers, who's coming into town this weekend. Okay, Aaron Rodgers is already one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the history of the game. Could enter a list of top 5. Could. That's a debatable conversation. Right now, Trevor Lawrence isn't even a top 15 quarterback in the NFL. Okay? It's time. And part of that process is consistency with your coaching staff. And obviously, I'm worried about which direction this organization is going to go. What I just explained, in my opinion, makes the most sense. A head coach who calls plays. And, oh, that's too much. That's too much. No, it's not too much. It's not. It's too much when your head coach dives into general manager responsibilities, when he has full say on free agency and the draft and who makes the roster, okay? I don't think it's too much when you have a head coach who's running his offense and is calling plays. To me, that is the number one factor. If you hire the hot defensive guy, if you hire Aaron Glenn from Detroit, if you hire Mike Vrabel, who's out of work, then what's he going to do? He's going to bring in an offensive coordinator. Again, same story. What if the light goes on and this team starts? I mean, this team's not bare. You have 2 running backs, you have 2 tight ends, you have 2 wide receivers. You're going to add a wide receiver. You have your bookend tackles. You need to address the interior offensive line. You've got something to work with. This should be an attractive job. But if you bring in a defensive-minded guy, then he brings in an offensive coordinator who calls plays. So Jacksonville ends up going, 4-13. Then all of a sudden next year they're 10-7 or 11-6, and they're going to the playoffs. The year after that, they go, and that offensive coordinator again all of a sudden gets pursued as a head coach. I know I'm a little bit of a fantasy I'm putting you through here, but that's the reason why with this hire, make it an offensive guy who calls plays. For that very reason. Listen, who's been winning all the Super Bowls? Patrick Mahomes. Remember the whole Eric Bieniemy thing? Where's Eric Bieniemy now? He's on the street. He just got fired at UCLA. Every year, hire Eric Bieniemy. He's the hot coordinator. Hire him. Went to Carolina, went to DC, fizzled out in Washington. Called plays. This year, UCLA fizzled out. Called plays. What would you do if all of a sudden you heard that Shad Khan was bringing in Eric Bieniemy to be your next head coach? That's how quickly things change in this league.
I mean, I brought it up before. Byron Leftwich.
Absolutely.
When he was with Tom Brady.
No doubt. Brian Daboll.
People were like, oh, my God, this is the guy. This is the new OC. And I'm not sure if he's worked in a couple years at this point.
If it's Ben Johnson, I'll be all in. I'm not going to sit here and rip the next hire. I don't have it in me. I'm not a 20-something-year-old anymore where I can just come on in and say, this is awful and let me spend all my time. I don't have it in me. I want it to work because I want you people to experience a winning franchise, and I want you people to have good lives and enjoy your days. That's what I want. I'm just voicing my opinion on what I think this football team should do. Selfishly, I would have brought in Belichick. I thought it would have been great for my gig, but I also think it would have brought in tremendous respect to this organization. That's not going to happen. He's going to go to UNC. Now, I'm not even looking at defensive guys for the reason I just gave you. Find the best offensive mind available. And most are guys who have never coached before as a head coach. I mean, the only one I see out there really is Cliff Kingsbury. Everyone else, Joe Brady, Cohen, obviously Ben Johnson, these other names, they've never been a head coach. We got Raphael coming up, don't we?
Oh, my God.
It's going to be an abbreviated edition because I'm a blowhard here tonight. I'm a gas bag. Get me out of here. 3, 2, 1.
Step into another football weekend with Pregame Friday.
You got to go up-tempo with urgency.
Absolutely. Get the news, notes, and inside stuff you need to get ready for game day.
Are we ready? Yes.
Brought to you by Dream Finders Homes on 1010XL.
Imagine driving a late model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Ready to sharpen your aim or find the perfect firearm? Come to St. Nicholas Guns and Range. With a huge selection of guns, ammo, and accessories, plus Jacksonville's best indoor range for every skill level. They've got everything you need to hit your target. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, their friendly experts will guide you every step of the way at 4630 Blanding Boulevard or online at stnickguns.com. St. Nicholas Gun and Range. Gear up, shoot a lot, shoot better.
He's not Pistol Pete, he's Pete Prisco.
Been on the wanted list almost 20 years.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Franchi Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Got a cracked windshield? Not only is it dangerous, but did you know it's also illegal? Call Baker Glass. Mack and his crew use the best auto glass in the market, and they accept most insurance. Plus, all new windshields come with a full warranty. From cars, to trucks, to RVs, you can count on Baker Glass to be fast and friendly. Just check out their Google reviews. Come see us at the shop on Casta Avenue, or we can come to you at your home or business.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Bold City Brewery, established in 2008, is the oldest craft brewery in Jacksonville and proud to celebrate 16 years of brewing greatness in Duval. 2 locations serving delicious beers, seltzer, ciders, all produced in-house. Check out Bold City downtown on Bay Street or hit the production house and restaurant on Roselle Street in Riverside. Bold City Brewery, with something for everyone, brewing great beers and serving fantastic food to all of Duval. Log on and be bold. BoldCityBrewery.com.
Atlantic Self-Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self-Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving? They can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
This is Hayes Carline for SkyLife Elite. Are you tired of canceled flights, unruly passengers, and layovers? Call my friends at SkyLife Elite. Consider using private charter flights for your next adventure. Yes, you can afford it. Make your own schedule. Fly direct. Drive your car to Craig Airport and get directly on the plane. SkyLife Elite can make that happen. Call 490-9332, go to flyskylife.com, and find them on social media. Fly SkyLife Elite, North Florida's premier private air charter.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. That's right. Now's your last chance to trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle, and he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, unfortunately, no time for Rafael Esparza tonight. We'll get him in next week before the big games, the college football playoff games coming up next weekend. Army-Navy tomorrow. We'll do that with the Philly Godfather tomorrow night at 6:45. So Tim Brando tomorrow night at 6:20. He'll have a lot of thoughts on the college football playoff. And again, we're out at the Bricks tomorrow night, 6 to 8. Our party sponsored by Miller Lite. Okay, I have a couple of tickets to give away. You can register to win those, plus some Miller Lite swag. So that'll be at the Bricks from 6 to 8 on Thursday night. And again, thank you to Miller Lite, an opportunity for you to win a couple of tickets to that matchup between the Jaguars and the Jets. Evan Ingram did not practice today for Jacksonville. Doug Peterson did go on to say that he expects that he'll be able to go on Sunday. So some good news there. A couple of knees for both Ezra Cleveland and Brandon Sheriff, who's also got a shoulder, but they were both limited today. So they are expected to be able to play as well for the Jaguars against the Jets. Really tonight, a ton, especially after the announcement came in that Bill Belichick is heading to Tobacco Road in the University of North Carolina. Tons of texts tonight. Didn't have a chance to get to all of you. I tried to respond to as many as possible, but there were hundreds. And I always do appreciate that. I don't check the text line now that the show is over, but you can always get me on Twitter or X. Just go to Ballou1010XL. Thank you to John Osher. Thank you to Rick Shoemaker. Thank you to JJ LaSelva. Hackers coming up right now. Again, we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be out there. Party $3 Miller Lite pints, by the way, at the Bricks tomorrow night, 6 to 8. And a couple of tickets for the game on Sunday. So we'll see you then tomorrow at 6. That'll be 6 to 8 at the Bricks. I'm Rick Ballou. We'll talk.